Sad update tonight to a story we first brought you as breaking yesterday on Eyewitness News at 6:30 on Fox Providence. A Harrisville firefighter has died after a multi-car crash in Burrillville. The collision on Broncos Highway also sent several others to the hospital with injuries.
39-year-old Ryan Ferris was seriously hurt in the crash and was taken to the hospital via helicopter, but later died from his injuries. Today, Eyewitness News reporter Kim Kalunian spoke with members of the Harrisville Fire Department about Ferris and his service. She joins us now from Burrillville with that story.
Well, members of the Harrisville Fire Department found themselves trying to save the life of one of their own yesterday. And despite their valiant efforts, they're now dealing with the loss of someone who spent his career trying to save the lives of others.
We had a job to do. We knew we had to get Ryan out of there.
When the members of the Harrisville Fire District received the call to assist with this crash on Broncos Highway Wednesday, they did what they always do and rushed to the scene, not thinking they'd be attempting to save the life of one of their own.
We did not waver. We did our job.
39-year-old volunteer firefighter Ryan Ferris was trapped inside his car. He was taken to the hospital by medical helicopter but died from his injuries Wednesday night.
The damage to the vehicle that Ryan was in was catastrophic. The efforts of all first responders was truly heroic given the condition of the vehicle.
I was in complete shock when I heard that he had passed away.
Amanda Gingell is the president of the Harrisville Hose Company and longtime friend of Ferris.
Ryan grew up with me. We met when I was 7 years old at my home, and he has been a brother to me. He was the best man in my wedding.
Ferris leaves behind a wife, 2 young daughters, and his brothers and sisters at the fire department.
We've lost a community servant, but more importantly, Danielle's lost her husband, and those 2 young girls have lost their dad.
And the cause of that crash remains under investigation. In Burrillville, I'm Kim Kalunian, Eyewitness News.
Tonight, the Harrisville Fire District is in mourning after a multi-car crash claimed the life of one of their first responders. 39-year-old Ryan Ferris had been a volunteer firefighter with the district for 15 years. And yesterday, members of his own fire department were dispatched to the crash that claimed his life. Eyewitness News reporter Kim Kalunian spoke with Ferris's friends and colleagues today. She joins us from Burrillville.
Well, the flags here at the Harrisville Fire Department are at half-staff today as the men and women mourn the loss of one of their own.
I was in complete shock when I heard that he had passed away.
Amanda Gingell is the president of the Harrisville Hose Company and one of the first responders to this deadly crash on Burrillville's Broncos Highway Wednesday. She would soon discover one of her best friends and fellow firefighters, Ryan Ferris, was pinned inside his car.
Amanda was the first one to identify that it was Ryan. His injuries were that severe. We did not waver. We did our job.
Ferris was taken by medical helicopter to the hospital where he later died. Now the department he volunteered with for 15 years is left to mourn his tragic loss.
We always sit in the same chair at our meetings, and you don't sit in someone else's chair. Ryan's chair currently has his coat and his helmet on it, which none of us will ever sit in again.
Burrillville and state police continue to investigate the crash that claimed Ferris's life. Gingell says he'll leave behind a legacy of good humor and community service.
Ryan was a polished volunteer firefighter. He wore the shirt and the badge with great dignity. He was proud to serve the community.
And Ferris leaves behind a wife and 2 young daughters, but the firefighting community tells me they will not be alone and they will be supported in any way that they need. In Burrillville, I'm Kim Kalunian, Eyewitness News.